Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's girl Sarah here. So today we are outside. I'm just walking around the estate because I've been in the house for like days and I was so shocked. I couldn't believe it that I only did less than 500 kilometers, like it was 320 something for the whole week, because I don't really move around, go anywhere. I'm always in the house. I have to start doing something, maybe walk around. Doing that today, I'm going to be answering quite a few questions that quite a few people has been asking me when they hear my stories. Yeah guys, if it's the first time watching my video and you like what you're seeing so far, please consider joining the family. Click the notification bell for you to be notified whenever I post a new video, and don't mind what is behind me because they're busy doing some work here. So the first question, I'm just going to be reading because guys, I wrote it down. So the first question is, what inspired you to get married young? Okay, so let's just sit here a little bit because I have to explain this. Okay, so for most people will say that I am young, especially if you got married in your 20s. A lot of people consider that as young. So I got married when I was 28 years old. And one thing about me, I was not considering myself as young, because getting married is something that I always wanted to be married. I wanted to be married when I was 25 years old, because I'm from a family where we grow up with this thing in our mind that as a woman, you have to have a family, you have to get married. Yes, you have to have your career and everything on point, but marriage is also something that they put it in your brain, in your mind, that as a woman you have to be married. And they were not forcing you to get married, but it's just something that I'm from a family where my parents got married and that's what they were preaching, and it's something that we grew up seeing, and it's become a normal thing in our family. I always wanted to get married when I was 25. Thank God it didn't happen when I was 25, because I was not mature enough to understand what I was getting myself into. That's when I realized that if only God allowed me to get married around that time, I was going to mess it up, because I was not mature enough when I was 25. Question number 2. How did your friends and family react to your decision? So first, let's start with my friends. I didn't really have much friends back then until now. So the only one or two that I had, when I told them that my husband and I, we decided to get married. So what they told me basically is that, you young, why you guys rushing to do this? You guys can just be together, stay together, travel the world, enjoy life, and then you guys can get married later, those type of things. Then that was basically it, but they were happy for me. And my parents, like I said already, it's something that they want us women to be married. So when I told them about the news, they were excited. They were very excited, because 28 for them, it's already you are very, very old enough. Me telling them that I'm getting married and I'm 28, it was already old enough for them. So yeah, my parents, they were excited. So question number 3, how did you know your partner was the one? Okay, so before meeting my husband, I was single for some time. I just decided myself that I'm not gonna date anyone until God will send the one for me. I was just tired of dating with no purpose. The relationships was not going anywhere. I was just dating for the sake of dating, and the people that I was also dating, and I was just seeing that this relationship is not going anywhere. So I was just tired of it. So I decided I'm not gonna date for some time until God will send me the person for me. And I told God that the next person who's gonna come in my life, he's the person, he's the husband. Please God, make sure that the person who's gonna approach me and the person I'm gonna say yes to must be my husband, because I don't want to be dating and dating and dating. I'm just tired of doing all this. So after praying, that's when I met my husband. He was the first person who approached me. He was the first person who started talking to me, and he was the first person I said yes to after my prayer. So that was kinda a sign also for me that God sent me the person that I was looking for. So That's how I knew that my husband was the one, because I prayed for him. Question number 4. So what was the most exciting part of starting your married life at a young age? So the most exciting part for me was like, hey, I'm done with this dating life, like no one else will touch me, or I'm not gonna touch anyone else type of a thing, because I'm from a very Christian household, and our parents were always like preaching to us, don't allow anyone to touch your body. And also I didn't want to have a lot of numbers of men I dated, if that makes sense. That's also, yes, it may sound dumb for a lot of people saying that, but that was the biggest reason for me. And another one also, it feels so good to me to just have that one person that I can run to when I'm going through something. Like there's someone that is there, permanently there, who can listen to me when I'm stressed out, someone that I know who loves me, someone that I know is there for me. And I don't have to have that when like I'm tired or I'm very old and I'm just getting married because, hey, I'm so old and let's just get married. No, just a sense of having a friend, to grow up with, to learn things together. And I don't want to be learning everything by myself, and when I get into the marriage, I'm like a pro. So question number 5, how did marriage impact your personal growth and independence? Okay, so guys, being married helped me to grow up. When I was by myself, I was very selfish. I was all over the place. I was not really like thinking further, because first, I'm alone. Like my job, my money, I was just like spending it somehow, doing things that didn't really matter that much, because I'm like, hey, I don't have a kid, I don't have a husband, I don't have anything, I don't have any responsibility. So I was just doing things that didn't really matter. But now, being married, I have to think not only for me but for someone else as well. Not only that someone else who's a husband, but my family, like my children. It's just helped me to grow up mentally, physically, spiritually, especially that. Okay, so question number 6. So did culture or religion influence your decision to marry young? I can say religion, yes. Culture, not really. Religion, yes, because like I said, I grew up in a very Christian family, and it's something that my parents were always like preaching to us in the house. And just knowing that if you do some acts with someone who's not your husband, it's already a sin, it's bad. It's something that I was always afraid of. And I was always having that guilty conscience whenever like I meet up with a partner and he's not my husband. Like it was an everyday thing. It was an everyday guilt that I was having. Yeah, religion, I can say yes. It's something that also really pushed me to get married young, just because I wanted that peace of mind. Yeah, so question number 7. So what advice would you give to someone who's considering getting married young? Okay, so my advice to someone who wants to get married young is, if you meet someone you are in love with and you guys are ready for it, go for it. Don't say, oh no, let's stay together first, then we'll do it later because we're young and all that. No, don't do that to yourself. And no one must lie to you. Yes, marriage is not an easy thing. It's not braid and pop and stuff. No, it's very a serious thing. But just know it can also be easy if you put God first in your marriage. It can be as easy as possible if God is at the center of your marriage. Don't listen to people on social media, people telling you marriage is difficult, don't get married, stay single, men are this, men are that, because you are not going to get married to people that those people dated. You listen to what is good and what is not good. Don't listen to it, and just pray that God must send you the person who's for you. And before getting married, pray first. What is the point of waiting if the person that God sent for you, he's already there and he wants to do the right thing? So just let God be at the center and go for it. So question number 8, so we're almost done. So how do you balance individuality and togetherness in your marriage? Okay, individuality and togetherness. Look, we don't spend 24 hours together because he goes to work and I also have to work. I'm a mom and I have things that I have to do. He got things that he has to do for the office and stuff. So we always have our own things to do. We have our own times. When it's my time, I want to spend time with myself, I do that. And when it's time for him to also do things for himself, he also does that. So we just balance, like when he wants to do his own things and I also want to do my own thing, because at the end of the day we are two different people. We knew different people before we got together, so we're not gonna just delete them or anything because you're married. So you still have a life besides him, and he also got a life besides you. So yeah, just something that you have to communicate. Just make sure that before you do anything, just keep him aware, let him know what you're doing, and just to keep the harmony, Last question, what lesson did you learn about love, partnership at the young age? Okay, so what I learned is that love is a beautiful thing if you are with the right person. If you are with the right person, you are going to enjoy the marriage, you are going to enjoy the relationship. And if you put God at the center, guys, you are going to be the happiest people ever. So that's really what I learned from all of this. And on top of that, when you do it when you're young, you have more time to enjoy each other. So that's what I learned. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoy this type of videos. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and leave your questions down below, and I'll be answering more of this type. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next video.